Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. In this lecture, we will look at the flyback converter part 2. And for last week, we already covered flyback converter part 1, which cover all the theories about the flyback converter. And for this part, we are going to focus on the examples and some sort of tutorial, okay, for you to familiarize with the flyback converter design. Okay, this is example number 1. Here we can see circuit of flyback converter, and then these are all the parameters given to you. Okay, first we have the input voltage Vs equals to 24, and then this is the turn ratio of the transformer, N1 over N2 equals to 3. The magnetizing inductance 500 microhenry. The load is 5 ohm here. Then we have the capacitor given 200 microfarad. The frequency is 40 kilohertz, and finally the output voltage is 5 volt. You are required to determine the following. The first one is the required duty ratio, the duty cycle of this switch. And second, the average, minimum and maximum value for the LM, okay, the current here. And then the output voltage ripple. Okay, for part A, you are required to find the duty cycle D. Okay, we know that the output voltage equation that relate the output voltage and the input voltage is this one. Okay, Vs multiplied by D over 1 minus D multiplied by N2 over N1. Okay, so when you replace all the value that we have here, because all the value are given here. Okay, when you replace everything, you will get the duty cycle is 0.385. Okay, the second part is you are required to find the current in LM. Okay, the magnetizing current, and the average current is given by this equation. So you just plug in everything and you will get this value, 540 milliampere. Okay, but it did not stop there. You have to find the delta ILM. Okay, why we need to find this? Because by having this, only we can calculate the maximum and minimum value for ILM. So the delta ILM is given by this equation. You have to plug in everything and you will get 460 milliampere. And then for the maximum ILM and minimum ILM, just the ILM you get from the previous slide plus the delta ILM divided by 2, and you will get 770 milliampere. And then for the minimum, instead of plus, you minus the delta ILM divided by 2, and then you will get 310 milliampere. Okay, and because the ILM minimum is more than 0, so we know that the circuit is working in CCM. Okay, next for the part C, you are required to find the output voltage ripple. Okay, the delta V out over V out. Okay, this is the output voltage ripple. Is equals to duty cycle divided by RCF. Okay, and then when you plug in everything, you will get 0.96%. Okay, now we come to the second example. So the difference between this example and the first one is that in this example, the value of D is given, okay, and the output voltage is not given. Okay, for example number 1, the output voltage is given, but the D you have to find by yourself. Okay, so that's the difference, and you have to find 3 things. The first one is average, mean and maximum value for current in LM, the magnetizing current. For part B, you have to find the output voltage. Okay, and then finally you have to find the output voltage ripple. Okay, for the solution, you have to find the current in LM. So you have the equation for average current. Okay, because in this equation you don't have the output voltage. Okay, so you have to use this long equation here, and then you will find the ILM. This is the average ILM equals to 0.5. And then for the delta ILM, you have to use this equation, and you will find the answer for delta ILM is 0.72. For the maximum value, okay, the same. You have to add the ILM plus the delta ILM divided by 2. You will get 0.86. And then for the minimum one, you have to minus. You will get 0.14. And then finally, you can find the output voltage for part B. The output voltage is equal to 36 multiplied by 0.4 divided by 0.6, okay, and multiply by 1/2, okay, and you will get the output voltage equals to 12 volt. And finally, for the output voltage ripple, so you have the delta V out equals to this value, okay, and then when you substitute everything, you will get value is equal to 0.024. This is for delta V out. And then when you want to find the output voltage ripple, the delta V out will be divided by V out, and you will get the value is around 0. Okay, the value is equal to 0.2%. Now we move to the example number 3. Okay, the question is the same as example 1, but we want to see the effect of increasing R. Okay, now we increase the R from 5 to 20 ohm, and all other parameters remain unchanged. So what happened when we increase the resistance, okay, from 5 to 20 ohm? So we can expect that the current will be smaller, because when the resistance is higher, the current will be smaller. So here we need to show that the magnetizing inductance is discontinuous and determine the output voltage. So now we are going to deal with the DCM. So these are all the parameters, same as example number 1, only the difference is the resistance here. Okay, first we have to find the duty cycle. We will use this equation. When you substitute everything, okay, all the value that we already have, you will get the duty cycle equals to 0.385. And then to determine or to show that whether our converter is working in CCM or DCM, we have to show that through the use of the ILM mean. Okay, so we know that for the circuit to remain at CCM, the minimum value for ILM mean should be 0. Okay, so now when we have this one, okay, the equation for ILM mean is this one. When we substitute everything, we will get the answer to be negative 95 milliampere. So we know that when we have the negative value, when we calculate the ILM mean, so this circuit is working in discontinuous current mode. Okay, the other way to verify whether our circuit is working in CCM or DCM is you look at the value for LM minimum. Okay, so this is the equation for LM mean, and when you calculate it, you will get 850 microhenry. Okay, so this is the minimum one to ensure that your circuit is operating in CCM, but you are using 500 microhenry here. So by having this information, we know that our circuit is operating in DCM, because this value is lower than this value. Okay, and then we need to find the output voltage. Okay, as we know that this circuit is already working in DCM, we will use this equation. Okay, V out equals to Vs multiplied by D square root of T R divided by 2Lm. When you replace everything here, you will get the value of your output voltage is 6.53. Okay, now we move to example number 4. Okay, here is a design. Okay, design question. For example 1, 2, 3 is just a simple calculation. You just plug in the value, you will get the answer. But for this one, you have to design. So this is the question. Design a flyback converter to produce an output voltage of 36 volt from a 3.3 volt source. The output current is 0.1 ampere. Okay, and design for an output ripple voltage of 2%. Okay, when it says 2%, you have to ensure that your output voltage ripple is not more than 2%. So if you design less than this, it should be okay. The converter should operate in CCM, and peak to peak variation in inductor current must be 40% of the average value. So this important value. Okay, so you will use this value to find some the delta LM later on. So include the equivalent series resistance when choosing a capacitor, and assume for this problem that the equivalent series resistance is related to the capacitor value by RC equals to 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by C. Okay, this is the solution. Okay, the first step is you have to assume the duty cycle. Okay, because this is a design question, so usually your circuit will operate around 0.3 to 0.5. Okay, so for now, I mean, we will assume that our duty cycle is equal to 0.4, and then based on this duty cycle, okay, based on your initial assumption here, you will calculate the transformer turn ratio, N2 over N1 here. Okay, so V out equals to Vs d over 1 minus d. So you will replace that value here, and then you know the required V out, and you know the required the given Vs, and then finally you will get the transformer turn ratio. So here you will get the value of 16.36, which is not a round number, so you need to round the number to the nearest integer, which is 16. So now we have to recalculate the duty cycle, because now we already changed this value, so we will find the new duty cycle that will give the answer 1 over 16 for this one. Okay, and then when you solve this equation and find the d, you will get the value of d is equal to 0.405. And then the next step is to find the average current in LM. Okay, we know that our output current is equal to this one, V out over R. Okay, so you will get the R is equal to V out divided by I, and you will get 360 ohm. Okay, why we need to find this? Because we will use the value of R inside this equation here. Okay, when we have everything here, you will get the ILM, the average ILM, equals to 2.69 ampere. And then for step number 5, okay, we need to find the peak to peak variation in inductor current. So it's already given that delta ILM is equal to 40% of the average current. So the 40% of the average is 0.4 multiplied by 2.69, you will get 1.08. So this one is easy lah. So because it's given the 40% of the average value. And then you need to select the switching frequency. If no requirement are given, usually we will select the easy value such as 100 kHz. Okay, sometimes the question can give you, I mean, it will give the range for you, and you will select within the range. Okay, so for now we will select the F equal to 100 kHz. And then based on the frequency that we selected and the value of delta ILM that we already find, we can determine the value for LM itself. okay, the value for inductor. Then when we substitute everything here, we will get 12.4 microhenry. Okay, now we will verify the maximum and the minimum current. So for the maximum current is we will find the value equals to 3.23, and then for the minimum we will get 2.15. So why we need to find the minimum? Okay, actually we just need to find the minimum to verify this, because the question asks us to design circuit that operate in CCM, so you have to verify that the ILM mean is equal to 2.15, which is bigger than 0. Okay, in step number 9, it is given in the question that the output voltage ripple is 2%. So we know that the delta V out divided by V out equals to 0.02. So when we want to find the delta V out, it is equal to 0.02 multiplied by V out, okay, which is what we do here. Okay, and the answer is 0.72. For step number 10, okay, we will find the peak-to-peak variation in capacitor current. So the equation is like this: delta IC multiplied by RC is equal to ILM max multiplied by N1 over N2 over RC. Okay, so the delta IC equals to 3.23 multiplied by 1 over 16, and you will get delta IC is equal to 0.202. okay, where is the RC here? Because RC can be cancelled here, this one and this one. So the remaining is delta IC equals to ILM max multiplied by N1 over N2. You will get delta IC equals to 0.202. Then for step number 11, you need to find the value of RC. So you know that the delta V out ESR divided by delta IC is equal to the RC here, and then the value of RC is 3.56. And then finally we need to find the value for the capacitor itself. Okay, and then the equivalent series resistance is related to the capacitor value by RC equals to 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by the C. So RC equals to 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by C. So when you want to find the C, is equal to 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by RC itself. So RC you already get the value of 3.56. When you divide 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by 3.56, you will get the capacitor value of 2.8 microfarad. Okay, that's all for the examples that I want to show you regarding the flyback converter. Thank you for your attention, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.